On a mission to eliminate racism, empower women, and promote peace, justice, freedom, and dignity for all. This is the YWCA Hour with your hosts, YWCA Executive Director Karen Bell Dancy and YWCA Associate Director Maisha Essex. Welcome in to the YWCA Hour.
And welcome back to the W with Karen Bell Dancy and Maisha Essex. We're glad to be back with you. We have a special show that we would like to do today, a lot of information to share. You know, at the YWCA Lincoln, we are heavily involved in facilitating different types of trainings, and a lot of those trainings center around communication, community building, and we do that through a lens of understanding the cultural impacts of all of that. Why is it important to talk about culture and looking at cultural history? Well, we believe that this is so important because communities cannot build positive futures for all their residents if they don't embrace cultural differences. And so this is a lot of what our training is rooted in. Of course, here in the United States, we enjoy such a rich diversity of people and people that have a lot of different backgrounds and cultures. And so this month, being the month of February, represents a very important culture and the history of a certain group of people. And this is Black History Month.
Yes, everyone, happy Black History Month. I know some people, they question why do we have a Black History Month. Black history is American history, but it's American history that's not always taught, accepted, acknowledged.
Right.
And it is sometimes not accepted, taught, or acknowledged, so that it perpetuates a system where there's this perception that Black Americans have not contributed to society or culture.
Exactly.
And we know that is not the truth. We have contributed to American history. We have contributed to society and to culture in every significant area.
Yes.
We have contributed. And so it's so important for us to acknowledge and highlight and thank all of those who have come before us and those who are making history now, we are still contributing, of course, to American history and the culture of America. And so it's really important for us to acknowledge this because it's not really taught in any other space, like in schools and so, where you would learn the history of your country. Ideally, where you would learn the history of your country.
So in case you may have missed it along your educational journey and maybe your children or your children's children have not had the opportunity to delve into Black History Month, we're going to do just a little bit of lesson about Black History Month. First, Black History Month actually started as Black History Week.
Yes.
And that is an observance that is commemorated. And so here's another interesting fact. Not only is Black History Month observed here in the United States, it's also observed in Canada, Ireland, the United Kingdom, and even Jamaica. How many of us knew that? Probably not a lot. But that goes to show you how different countries around the world realize the importance of understanding the history of those who are Black history descendants, I would say. Sometimes it's also known as the African American History Month. It began as a way of remembering important people and the events in African American history. Sometimes we hear people say, well, why is it African American history? If they're Americans, it's American history. Well,
It is.
again, it's that cultural lens and that cultural understanding that we have to have so we understand how different groups of people, they move through society, they move through history, and then it does have that different cultural
Yes,
impact.
it is. It is American history. And if it was taught in your American history class, we probably
Right.
wouldn't have had to do this. But there is a reason
Exactly.
why we highlight the contributions and why
Yes.
it was necessary to highlight the contributions. Because again, as Karen said, it started out as a week,
Right.
and to highlight how we have just again same thing, not trying to repeat how we've just added to society and culture in many different ways, whether inventions. We know Black people have invented
Exactly.
so many things
And we will
that we use
touch on
today
that.
Yeah, for efficacy reasons. And so that you
Exactly.
everything that you use today,
Yes, yes.
a lot of things
Yes.
have been invented,
Yes.
and by Black people. But
Exactly. Yes.
again, we do understand it is American history, but
Yes.
it wasn't taught in history because a certain narrative had to be in place to
Exactly.
ensure that the perception of Black people and the treatment of Black people would remain.
Right.
So if we say that they have been a drag on society, they have been a stain in in regards to culture, not
That's
anything,
true.
then we can continue to treat people a certain way.
Right.
If we perpetuate that narrative
That's right.
that there was no contribution from them.
Yes.
And so we have to, which, in this society, sometimes you have to bring it out in order to make sure that we are combating that narrative that we have
Exactly.
not contributed. We are not an important part of society.
Yes.
Because we are.
Yeah. And so one of the most important members of our history, Mr. Carter G. Woodson, is the one that did exactly that, Maisha. And so in 1926, that's when the Black History Week was first started. Now, mind you, we talk about celebrating Black History Month. That did not happen until 1970. That it actually became a month and it became even a part of the government system and it became celebrated and commemorated. So that's something that I think we really should note, that it took that long.
It took a while. And that, it was originally Negro History Week, correct?
That's true.
Yes. And
Yes.
it coincided with Abraham Lincoln's birthday.
That's right.
So,
Very good. Yes, yes, yes. And so there was so many individuals that were really profound and really instrumental in moving this education and this observance, and so that we would make sure that we could embrace all the goodness of that. We will talk later about some of those different inventions and those patents and all those things that members of the Black community were so instrumental in starting. But one of the main pieces I like to get into is how members of the Black community really self-educated early, and then started to make sure that they told these stories and all of this information became passed down through other generations and generations, and that it did become adopted by all that were part of America. And so we'll talk about some of the celebrations in this whole event's history. But a couple of things that I did want to point out is, I think last year when we did this, we talked about the history of Lift Every Voice and Sing, and of the Negro National Anthem and how that anthem came about. And if those of you who enjoy football, you watched the Super Bowl, you recently saw that now the Negro National Anthem is regularly sung before football games as well. So it's just another piece of recognizing how when we really infuse cultural understanding and cultural awareness, that it just becomes a part of everything we do. And that's why we feel it's so important that it should always be a part of any curriculum and any syllabus that our students are learning about.
and I think what also should be encouraged and supported is if you have an organization that wants to recognize the contributions or the plight of Black folks in this country. I just do not always understand why it's such an uproar. I guess I do understand why it's such an uproar, but it should not be an uproar. I know the Black National Anthem. There's always, just like Black History Month. It's only American history. It's only the American National Anthem. It's only people. No one gets confused, and I said it last time. No one gets confused about what is the national anthem of America. We're not taking this out, and it's not representing the country at the Olympics, and it's not. People know, and it's a shame that we can't even have this type of recognition just in home. Like that's I think that's part of the problem, is that we don't even want to recognize in our country the contribution or the plight. This is not something that we are asking to be played on, at the Olympics, or no one's asking for it to replace the national anthem. And so for us not even to be able to celebrate it at home, and for other organizations to say, hey, during the month of February, we also want to lend our platform and our stage to highlight, again, the contributions and what you all have gone through in this country, and how you all have sustained, and all these other things. Why is it such an uproar? It's we are a country where we have so many different cultures, and to say that we can't even celebrate some of those cultures, and we cannot bring attention to or acknowledge them, is just it's the opposite of what we need in order to move forward. And we know that, and we see it happening playing out on a national stage.
Celebrating the goodness and the richness and the heritage, the religion, the education, the mores, the values of all different cultures. That just means that we all become richer with that knowledge. And so we try to make sure that we give that opportunity and that equal opportunity to those of different cultures, because not one culture is better than any other culture. And I think that's where we're getting caught up so much as a nation, that if we do embrace and we celebrate a culture that is not of the majority, that now we're trying to tear that down. And that's not the case.
And that's not the case. And it's honestly, and I've been seeing a lot of this in regards to questions about, okay, so what makes an American an American? What makes America America?
Right.
What is the culture and the heritage, of America? And part of that is the whole melting pot beauty of America.
I love it.
Coming to,
Yes.
all of these other things is what make America America. And it really is the infusion of cultures that makes America America.
Exactly. And to piggyback on that, Maisha, let me share this. So during Black History Month, 6 years after we first notated it as a month in 1970, during one of the celebrations, President Gerald Ford, who was sitting president at the time, recognized Black History Month during the celebration of the United States bicentennial. He urged Americans to seize the opportunity to honor the too often neglected accomplishments of Black Americans in every area of endeavor throughout our history. And so that is one of the things that really helps the observance to be entwined in everything that we do and we celebrate as a country. We have a lot of history we know as a country that is not the most favorable. And lest we forget, we don't want to forget that, but we need to also understand that history is important. We embrace that history. We cannot erase that history, which is where I think we are now with a lot of the issues and challenges that are hitting our educational systems. History is not to be erased. History is to be understood. And we have different cultures that they have viewed history and they've lived through it from different lenses. And that's why, in my opinion, celebrating cultural history is so important, and why I am so proud during the month of February, proud all months, but of course during February, that we really get to highlight Black History Month.
And I like that you said history is to be understood. And part of the reason why you want to understand it is so that you don't repeat it.
Exactly.
Right? And
that's
so,
right.
And so I believe, we are in a time where history is being attacked. and
True.
it's being attacked
Yeah.
in regards to the history of certain communities, Black community
Yes.
here in America, trying to be erased, so that the narrative that we again are not
Right.
of a certain degree or stature in society, try to bring that back,
Right.
that perception and that narrative in regards to the Black community, and it's and I said it last time, it's not going to work. Like
Right.
we know our history, and we know it's important for us to teach our children the history. We know that it's important for us to share this history with the world, and we are not going to let it just be erased.
Yes.
Because we know how important it is, and we know that if you do erase it, then you'll just want to bring back again laws and policies that makes us subhuman.
Yes, that's very true. And what are we so afraid of? You know, with understanding the history and embracing the experiences of.
It's just it's part of. I feel like in America we have this thing. You know, if someone else sits at the table, then that means someone had to leave it, and that is the concept. That the mindset, I mean, that we approach a lot of things in life. That's how we win, right? Right. And so if somebody else is given an opportunity, that means you lost an opportunity, which is not the case, right? But we can't see beyond that, right? And so if you understand your history and highlight your history, then I feel like then my history is gone, because that's what they'll say.
Exactly.
We've heard that. Well, what about what happens if we had a White History Month? Well,
technically we do.
It's 11 months, 11.5 months
of the year.
Out of the year, because when we go as kids and through our education system, we are learning white history, and we're learning that that was really the only history, that was the only concepts. Or
and if we were only a white country, that would be appropriate.
Yeah, maybe.
I would love to hear some comments about that.
Right. We are learning it. We are learning white history. Like we learn it all the time. Right. But we are learning that those are the only people who contributed.
Yes.
To the society and to history, and that is just not true. And we rather negate the truth to feel like we're still on top, which is just, a tactic of oppression. Yes. To negate the truth so that you can still.
Right. And America, we're known as the country of opportunity. You know, how many new Americans do we have that they reach our shores because America presents so much opportunities for their families, for health, economics, all that richness. And so in understanding that, we need to understand and embrace what they're bringing to us and not try to make ourselves or manifest ourselves to be something that we really aren't.
And it's so funny that you say it like that about why people are coming to our to the country to to chase that American dream, for opportunities. Well, that's because what we present to the world is DEI.
Right.
That's how America presents to the world. It's a country of inclusivity.
That's what it
is. Of being inclusive.
Yes.
It's a company where it's a country where there's diversity. It's a country where there's equity.
Yeah.
That is how you present to the world. That's how we present to the world, which is why a lot of people want to come here, because they feel like I will have, especially from other countries, it is a diverse country. Look at all these people. It is a country of equity, of inclusion. Yes. That's what it looks, and that is why people, so I get to come and I get to chase the dream and have opportunities, because a person like me, even though I'm different, because they embrace diversity and equity, I still have a shot.
Right. Exactly. And our biggest symbol of coming to America and welcoming all of those from different lands to come to America, our Statue of Liberty. And do you know our Statue of Liberty, those words at the base were really built in those that came over in ships.
Yeah, we know it was why they gave it to us, because we were taking steps towards
Yes. Yes. So
anti-slavery. But
that's right.
you know,
That's some information that I want you to kind of marinate on and look that up. But that really is, so just all that piece that Maisha was sharing about, it's culminated in that.
it is. That's how other countries see us. And some
Right.
other countries base their
Yes.
own political system off of what they believe we are, the theory of
Yes.
who we are about
Right.
being
Yeah.
inclusive
Because
Yeah.
we say we practice
and equity.
democracy.
Yeah, because
And we equity, I'm sorry. And you know that as the YWCA, the mission that we have, the elimination of racism, that is what we do. And we say in the addressing the elimination of racism is building relationships and understanding, being welcoming, and observing the goodness and the greatness of everyone and what everyone has to bring in. If we do that, we eliminate racism. If we provide equity, if we are inclusive, we're eliminating racism.
Karen, you just solved racism.
Huh?
Girl, you finna win a Nobel.
It's a goal.
It's
It's
she
a
just solved
goal.
it right then and there.
That was it.
That was it. She said it is it.
So during this month in highlighting Black history, it's all about highlighting, what's good and what's great about certain demographics within our community, within our country. And that's why we do that. And we'll do this for all of other months that we have. And, based on other demographics, we will do the same thing for that as well. So,
Yeah. What are some other facts, Karen? You got about
okay. So I have a lot of facts that I want to share. And especially if you notice that Black History Week really came right before Civil Rights, which that's, of course, there's no real irony around that. And so that was even before the Civil Rights Act actually was found. And so here's some other key dates and some key times. I think it was really profound that President Ford actually had that piece in his speech during the bicentennial. But as we look at around the world, there are so many, as I had mentioned earlier, different countries that actually celebrate the history of Black Americans. So as I scroll
or Black
through
people
yes,
in the diaspora.
there you go. You can repeat that. I love that. So in 1938, there was a recognition of special achievements of the race in oratory, drama, music, painting, sculpture, science, and inventions. And I wanted to bring that one out because most of the inventions, as we know them now, all those everyday hacks that we have and uses of items that we use that help make our life go easier as we go about our day, those were things that were invented by Black individuals. And most of those, they created these items because they were the ones that were doing that kind of work, because a lot of this was rooted in domestic work. When we see a lot of the inventions around the automobile, trains, engines, telephones, and all of that, Black people were not able to get those patents, but they were the ones that came about with all those critical inventions. Now, fast forward to where we are in the 21st century, we still have Black people who are contributing a lot in different inventions. When we look at our Google Maps, our washing machine, and all these
Traffic light.
all these other kinds of things. When we those of us that have had the needs for eye surgery, all of those things that were real critical in moving forward, those were inventions that were created by folks from the African diaspora, as Maisha liked to say. So a couple of other things that I will share with you. And it's interesting how the language changed as we moved about from the 50s to the 60s, with no longer using the moniker the Negro, but then that's when we started to adopt the moniker of black. And so it was real pivotal as we talked about. We started with Negro History Week, Negro History Month, and then we moved into Black History. And so for a lot of folks, they get really confused about, where did that come from? Why is that significant and all of that? But for me, that just meant a source of pride and really a source of identity of us being able to identify who we are and moving out of Jim Crow. And so I like the fact that we're now using African American as well as we're using black. Another thing, it wasn't until the late 60s that we started to realize a lot of black women and the achievements they did. And for me, this is really parallel with what women were going through in the history of our country, as well as being second to men, not being able to have employment, not being able to open up bank accounts and, drive and do certain things. But for black women, it came even later for them after others. When we look at the black history, with black individuals being able to get bank loans for homes, sign mortgages, and all of that, that did not come about until the late 50s and into the 60s. So
that's that intersectionality piece, right?
Very much. It truly is. And so we'll start talking a little bit deeper. Maisha is going to do some real good sharing of some, as I mentioned, the oratory and the drama and all of those with some of our authors and playwrights, actors, poets of the black culture. But stay with us, and I encourage you, go look up that information about the Statue of Liberty, but come back with us.
Just got new tires put on my car today.
You did? I did see you leave the office.
I didn't need to. Graham Tire picked up my car this morning and dropped it back off when they were done.
You're kidding. How'd you get that kind of service?
That's just what they do at Graham Tire.
Schedule your service online on the Pickup and Delivery tab at GrahamTireLincoln.com. That's GrahamTireLincoln.com. Let us do the running. Some limitations apply. See store for details.
Have you been looking for home technology upgrades but don't know where to turn? Online information can be contradicting and confusing. Lincoln's own experts at Dio Technologies can turn your living room into the place to watch your favorite sports. Whatever your vision is, Dio Tech is ready to make it a reality. From home theaters to outdoor entertainment spaces, they bring you along through the entire process to make sure you get exactly what you want. If you're ready to upgrade your entertainment space, visit Diotech online at diotech.net or give them a call at 402-793-5124.
Rick Heyman here from Sauter Heyman Jewelers. I want to personally thank our great customers for voting us once again the best of Lincoln. At the same time, we're celebrating our 120th year in business in the great state of Nebraska. You can count on Sauter Heyman for the very best quality, value, and customer service. When it comes to your jewelry needs, visit us at South Point, Grand Island, and the Outlet in downtown Lincoln. Visit us today at SauterHeyman.com, and thank you for your continued trust after all these years.
Hi, Sean Callahan here for Koppel Chevrolet GMC, and wow, what a year it was at Koppel. The Koppel family would like to say thank you for a record-setting sales year in 2025. Now let's start 2026 off with a bang. New GMC Sierra pickups starting at $12,500 off list or 0% APR. Also hot off the presses, new Terrain leases at $299 per month. That's right, $299 per month on new GMC Terrain leases. So please stop on in the store or online at koppelcars.com. Stock numbers G138852 and G165184, $2,500 down with proof credit.
If you're seeking a career with a growing company, Gaina Trucking and Excavating is hiring and looking for additions to their team. Gaina Trucking has a strong team culture, competitive pay, 401ks, and benefits like health, dental, and vision. Drivers are guaranteed 40 hours per week, even in the winter months, and are home every night. Start your career today at Gaina Trucking and Excavating. Apply today at GainaTrucking.com.
Are you looking for an exciting new way to put your skills to work?
Explore new career options in the fintech industry at Currency, a Sandhills Global company. We offer full-time positions in financial sales, compliance, operations, and other fields. We also offer a 4.5-day work week, an attractive benefits package, and opportunities for advancement. Put your motivation to work and grow with us at Currency. Visit gocurrency.com/careers to learn more.
Stop asking your friends if they're hosting a party this Sunday and come join the real party instead. Join 93.7 The Ticket for the Super Bowl at Buffalo Wings and Rings at 68th and O this Sunday and walk away with great prizes just for showing up. Why worry about making a great spread of foods for the game at your house when you can enjoy all the great wings and more at Buffalo Wings and Rings? It's the Super Bowl party with 93.7 The Ticket at Buffalo Wings and Rings this Sunday at 68th and O.
Big box stores are tempting for buying equipment for your high schooler in sports or for yourself in your sports leisures. But buying new is awfully expensive. Why not go somewhere with new and used options? Play It Again Sports has quality, slightly to gently used equipment, and 50% of their inventory is actually new equipment. And it's more than baseball, softball, and golf. They also have equipment for disc golf, fitness, hockey, and more. Plus, they're always buying products. Bring your gear you're done with and get trade money on the spot. Play It Again Sports at 48th and Vine.
Hey guys, this is former UFC fighter and mixed martial artist Anthony Lionheart Smith. The Upside Bar and Lounge in South Lincoln is the go-to spot for every UFC event, prelims, and main card. There's never a cover, so make sure you get there early and stay late. Upside Bar and Lounge has daily specials, a margarita club, and a taco club. And don't forget, they just added Buzz Bowls to their menu. Learn more about upcoming events by visiting UpsideBarLNK.com and stop into their South Lincoln location for every UFC event on 27th and Pine Lake.
Hey Nebraska, this is your moment. Love Nebraska is already making noise on the court, but they're still missing one thing, a nickname. That's where you come in. Love Nebraska is giving fans the chance to submit the team's official nickname. Fans will then vote on the finalists later this season. Head to lovneb.com/nameyourteam to submit your nickname and get in the game. Submissions end on February 22nd. Name your team, shape the legacy.
A lot of people in the summertime think, gee, I want to build a new home. By the time they go through the process of sitting down, getting the permits, and getting the home started, the home isn't done until January or February.
Bob Benish is the founder and president of Aspen Builders, online at aspenbuildersinc.com.
I think the best time to start designing your new home is the month of February. Get an early start on it. Sit down, the snow's flying, let's sit around the table, let's drop some plans. When we're looking out for a homeowner, we're always keeping their budget in mind. Let's put numbers together and let's get that thing started so that the home's done in summer or fall before school starts. So now is really the time to be contacting us to get an appointment to get the job done.
Make your dream a reality and call Aspen Builders at 423-6811. Online at aspenbuildersinc.com. Your dream home is waiting at Aspen Builders.
Back to the YWCA Hour. Here are your hosts, Karen Baldancy and Maisha Essex.
Hi, welcome back. This is Karen and Maisha with the W, and we have been talking about learning about different cultures and why in the month of February it's so important to recognize and celebrate Black History Month. I'm hoping that while we took a break, you were able to look up through Google, Wikipedia, whichever search you use, and find some information about the Statue of Liberty and about welcoming the different cultures to the United States. And so now we're going to segue into another bit of our topic about celebrating Black history. And I'm going to turn that over to Maisha.
Yes. So last year, I believe, we had a lot of people
we did
that we talked about.
We did.
And so for this one, this first podcast within Black History Month, I wanted to read a couple of poems and talk about how Black writers have contributed to literature here in America, and have gone on to be recognized worldwide for their contributions to
Exactly.
literature.
Yes.
I have to shout out the Lincoln Community Playhouse. Karen and
Okay.
I both
Yes.
were a part of this project. So the
Yes.
Lincoln Community Playhouse,
That's
they are
right.
highlighting for Black History Month the era of the Harlem Renaissance. And that is really where we had a lot of Black writers just really immerse and become in New York City.
That's right.
Like from 1918 to the mid 1930s.
30s.
Just this burst of writings from Black people that really talked about the identity, the struggle, the wants, the dreams for Black people here in America. And you had writers like Langston Hughes, Zora Neale Hurston, Alain Locke, that were major contributors to this period of time. And so again, Lincoln Community Playhouse, they are highlighting some of those writings. And friends of the Playhouse, which friends include myself and Karen, we were honored to read a couple of the poems that are being highlighted via their social media channels. And so I also encourage you, as you look at, if you do your own research around Black History Month and the contributions of Black people to this society and the world, really, that you also go and support Lincoln Community Playhouse and look at what they've been posting in regards to highlighting the Harlem Renaissance, because I think that is such a cool thing. Like I said, I believe we should be supporting organizations that are taking the time to highlight how different communities have contributed to America and highlighting their the importance of unity. And
That's
so,
right. Yes.
Yes, please.
Check us out.
Yes, we. I don't know when ours are going to be posted. They're posting a few every week within the month of February. But yes, please check us out. We did a great job. Karen made her acting debut. So she was really good.
Ready for that?
Yes. So not only is she
ready for the Emmy.
Right, she's now a Nobel and an Oscar.
And a Nobel.
Okay, because she just said how we going to get rid of racism. She has the answers. And then she's also an actor. So the first poem I am going to read, and this is actually by Maya Angelou. And the reason why I'm reading this one first is because we ended off with that piece about intersectionality and when you know, women and Black women were able to receive some of these rights later on than you know, our male counterparts, and that is because of intersectionality, right? And we highlighted some people like Ida B. Wells last year, where we really highlighted intersectionality, especially through like the Women's March and things of that nature. So Still I Rise is really YWCA Lincoln's mantra.
It is.
Like we still use it.
Yes.
And so it is near and dear to the work that we do and why we do the work. And so I just want to read to you all. Still I Rise. You may write me down in history with your bitter, twisted lies. You may trod me in the very dirt, but still, like dust, I'll rise. Does my sassiness upset you? Why are you beset with gloom? 'Cause I walk like I've got oil wells pumping in my living room. Just like moons and like suns, with the certainty of tides, just like hope springing high, still I'll rise. Did you want to see me broken? Bowed head and lowered eyes, shoulders falling down like teardrops, weakened by my soulful cries? Does my haughtiness offend you? Don't you take it awful hard 'cause I laugh like I've got gold mines digging in my own backyard? You may shoot me with your words. You may cut me with your eyes. You may kill me with your hatefulness, but still, like air, I'll rise. Does my sexiness upset you? Does it come as a surprise that I dance like I've got diamonds at the meeting of my thighs? Out of the huts of history's shame, I rise. Up from a past that's rooted in pain, I rise. I'm a black ocean, leaping and wide. Welling and swelling, I bear in the tide. Leaving behind nights of terror and fear, I rise. Into a daybreak that's wondrously clear, I rise. Bringing the gifts that my ancestors gave. I am the dream and the hope of the slave. I rise, I rise. So that is Still I Rise by Maya Angelou.
Love it. Mm-hmm. Yes. Very, very profound.
It is. Yeah. And I think this, again, it just speaks to the plight of a lot of people in this country, no matter what you do, no matter how you try to break my spirit.
That's right.
Right? Mm-hmm. I will continue to rise. You cannot keep me down.
That's right.
You will not tear me down.
Mm-hmm.
I will rise. And not only will I rise, but does it offend you the way that I rise? Like, that's what I like about, that's what I like about
do
this.
The way I look.
Yes. Because I still laugh. Because you know, all these things that you thought you took away from me. Mm-hmm. And not only did you not take it away from me, I still rise. Not only due to what you have done maybe to ancestors and to my community, what you want to do to the lineage and to the heritage, I will still rise.
Yes.
And I think this poem is just so important, again, to what is happening and what we see today in our society.
That's right.
And how we see a lot of people who are dissenting because they have the right to. Exactly. And that's part of the American culture, right?
That is.
To be able to not agree.
That's right.
And to show in a peaceful way that you do not agree.
And the thing of it is that we often try to share when we're doing our facilitation is, if I rise, that doesn't mean that I'm suppressing you and your dreams and what you want to do or how you determine success for yourself. It's not that kind of thing.
It's enough out here for everybody.
That's right.
It really is. Yes. Like I said, but we have that mindset. And right now what's being poured into that mindset is that, well, if they do it, you won't have it. If this happens, then it'll take from you and your family and your household and your values if they do this. And that is not the case. We're just trying to expand. No one is trying to take away anything.
That's right.
And I think that is the message that gets misconstrued a lot, and on purpose, right, is that if we allow them space to come in, if we accept that this community has contributed, if we accept that there was wrong and harm done, then that means somebody either has to accept the responsibility or we take away an opportunity.
That's
and
right.
when it comes to responsibility, of course, there is someone responsible,
right?
You know, for harm, but it does not mean that we're trying to take away opportunity.
That's right.
Okay, there are certain things that people in this country is owed, they deserved, and they earned.
That's right.
And we have to. We're not going to move forward if we do not identify with that, and we see it happening. That's the important thing about history, right?
Right.
And learning it and understanding it is that it's not going to go away because you decided I'm going to try to strip it. I'm going to take it. I'm going to try to delete it.
Right.
We're not going to pay attention to it. We're going to try to make it illegal. It's not going to until you recognize the harm and the pain.
That's right.
Till you truly recognize it.
Yeah.
And what it's done.
Won't move forward.
Well, it will not move. We keep coming back to this. And even when we were trying to, as a country and a society for a little while at least, and what we've been doing, the hard work that people have been engaged with over the years, during the civil rights movement up to now, where we're trying to get this country in a place where not only it recognized the harm, but it's also laying out a plan to address it.
Yeah.
Right? We were going there.
Right.
And now we see it coming back because there are people who believe, well, if we address the harm, if we recognize it and put out a plan for it, then we won't be at the top or we won't survive.
Yeah.
And then there's this notion about this country and who should be, right? And who should be the person or the people that are surviving or thriving in this country. And we are starting to see those conversations of, well, if they get the job, I don't. So that means, but I'm more important. So I should get the job.
Right. Yeah.
So, yeah.
We'll stop at that point, marinate on that poem, and we'll be right back.
Thank you.
Just got new tires put on my car today.
You did? I did see you leave the office.
I didn't need to. Graham Tire picked up my car this morning and dropped it back off and they were done.
You're kidding. How'd you get that kind of service?
That's just what they do at Graham Tire.
Schedule your service online on the Pickup and Delivery tab at GrahamTireLincoln.com. That's GrahamTireLincoln.com. Let us do the running. Some limitations apply. See store for details.
Have you been looking for home technology upgrades but don't know where to turn? Online information can be contradicting and confusing. Lincoln's own experts at Dio Technologies can turn your living room into the place to watch your favorite sports. Whatever your vision is, Dio Tech is ready to make it a reality. From home theaters to outdoor entertainment spaces, they bring you along through the entire process to make sure you get exactly what you want. If you're ready to upgrade your entertainment space, visit Dio Tech online at diotech.net or give them a call at 402-793-5124.
Rick Heyman here from Sartor Heyman Jewelers. I want to personally thank our great customers for voting us once again the best of Lincoln. At the same time, we're celebrating our 120th year in business in the great state of Nebraska. You can count on Sartor Heyman for the very best quality, value, and customer service. When it comes to your jewelry needs, visit us at South Point, Grand Island, and the Outlet in downtown Lincoln. Visit us today at SartorHeyman.com, and thank you for your continued trust after all these years.
Hi, Sean Callahan here for Koppel Chevrolet GMC, and wow, what a year it was at Koppel. The Koppel family would like to say thank you for a record-setting sales year in 2025. Now let's start 2026 off with the bang. New GMC Sierra pickups starting at $12,500 off list or 0% APR. Also hot off the presses, new Terrain leases at $299 per month. That's right, $299 per month on new GMC Terrain leases. So please stop on in the store or online at koppelcars.com. Stock numbers G138852 and G165184. 2,500 down with approved credit.
If you're seeking a career with a growing company, Gaina Trucking and Excavating is hiring and looking for additions to their team. Gaina Trucking has a strong team culture, competitive pay, 401ks, and benefits like health, dental, and vision. Drivers are guaranteed 40 hours per week, even in the winter months, and are home every night. Start your career today at Gaina Trucking and Excavating. Apply today at GainaTrucking.com.
Are you looking for an exciting new way to put your skills to work? Explore new career options in the fintech industry at Currency, a Sandhills global company. We offer full-time positions in financial sales, compliance, operations, and other fields. We also offer a 4.5-day work week, an attractive benefits package, and opportunities for advancement. Put your motivation to work and grow with us at Currency. Visit gocurrency.com/careers to learn more.
Stop asking your friends if they're hosting a party this Sunday and come join the real party instead. Join 93.7 The Ticket for the Super Bowl at Buffalo Wings and Rings at 68th and O this Sunday and walk away with great prizes just for showing up. Why worry about making a great spread of food for the game at your house when you can enjoy all the great wings and more at Buffalo Wings and Rings? It's the Super Bowl party with 93.7 The Ticket at Buffalo Wings and Rings this Sunday at 68th and O.
Big box stores are tempting for buying equipment for your high schooler in sports or for yourself in your sports leisures. But buying new is awfully expensive. Why not go somewhere with new and used options? Play It Again Sports has quality, slightly to gently used equipment, and 50% of their inventory is actually new equipment. And it's more than baseball, softball, and golf. They also have equipment for disc golf, fitness, hockey, and more. Plus, they're always buying products. Bring your gear you're done with and get trade money on the spot. Play It Again Sports at 48th and Vine.
Hey guys, this is former UFC fighter and mixed martial artist Anthony Lionheart Smith. The Upside Bar and Lounge in South Lincoln is the go-to spot for every UFC event, prelims, and main card. There's never a cover, so make sure you get there early and stay late. Upside Bar and Lounge has daily specials, a margarita club, and a taco club. And don't forget, they just added Buzz Bowls to their menu. Learn more about upcoming events by visiting UpsideBarLNK.com and stop into their South Lincoln location for every UFC event on 27th and Pine Lake.
Hey Nebraska, this is your moment. Love Nebraska is already making noise on the court, but they're still missing one thing, a nickname. That's where you come in. Love Nebraska is giving fans the chance to submit the team's official nickname. Fans will then vote on the finalists later this season. Head to lovneb.com/nameyourteam to submit your nickname and get in the game. Submissions end on February 22nd. Name your team, shape the legacy.
A lot of people in the summertime think, gee, I want to build a new home. By the time they go through the process of sitting down, getting the permits, and getting the home started, the home isn't done until January or February.
Bob Benish is the founder and president of Aspen Builders, online at aspenbuildersinc.com.
I think the best time to start designing your new home is the month of February. Get an early start on it. Sit down, the snow's flying, let's sit around the table, let's drop some plans. When we're looking out for a homeowner, we're always keeping their budget in mind. Let's put numbers together and let's get that thing started so that the home's done in summer or fall before school starts. So now is really the time to be contacting us to get an appointment to get the job done.
Make your dream a reality and call Aspen Builders at 423-6811. Online at aspenbuildersinc.com. Your dream home is waiting at Aspen Builders.
Back to the YWCA Hour. Here are your hosts, Karen Baldancy and Maisha Essex.
Okay, welcome back. So before the break, we were able to listen to a poem from Still I Rise and kind of dissect what that means to us. And now I'm going to move into a poem by Langston Hughes, and he was a big contributor to the Harlem Renaissance. And this one is A Dream Deferred. What happens to a dream deferred? Does it dry up like a raisin in the sun, or fester like a sore and then run? Does it stink like rotten meat, or crust and sugar over like a syrupy sweet? Maybe it just sags like a heavy load, or does it explode?
Wow.
Yeah. That one, I mean, it means so.
Yeah.
It means so much. A dream deferred.
Yeah.
What happens? And it makes me think, of course, because this was written prior to MLK, right? And him, his famous speech, right, of I have a dream and all the things that we were promised as humans and citizens of this country. What happens when that dream is deferred?
Right.
And I think about this, especially at the end, or does it explode?
Yeah. Wow.
And it might be exploding.
Right? Yeah.
You might see some things
yeah.
happening right now because a dream was deferred. What was guaranteed for a lot of people in this country, into certain communities, what was promised.
Mm-hmm. And that poem is a piece in the noteworthy play, A Raisin in the Sun, written by Lorraine Hansberry, who, by the way, was real profound in the movement. She was even in the White House, met with the president, and she did not mince her words, which I loved about her. And I think that's a good way to share and understanding the movement and the plight in the dream, and how the dream was deferred, of sharing and educating young people. I love that piece. A couple of things that I would love to invite you to do throughout this month. Here in Nebraska, we have the Great Plains Black History Museum that's located in Omaha. The address is 2221 North 24th Street, so it's down in North Omaha. I do know during the pandemic, they were actually doing virtual tours. They may still be doing virtual tours, but what a way to really get a feel of culture and understanding. Another way I would love to share with you is from my hometown, Kansas City, Missouri. Kansas City was the home of one of the black baseball teams, the Kansas City Monarchs. And so we have a historic area called 18th and Vine, and down there is just many museums. This was the center of the black culture and black life and black social life in Kansas City. I invite you to visit the Black Negro Leagues Museum. And that museum during the whole month of February is free. So you could take all your family, your friends, go enjoy a weekend in Kansas City, visit that museum and get a lot of that history, especially that sports history around black baseball. So with that, this is our first show on Black History for this month. We invite you to go back and take a look at our show from last year as well. We enjoy this. Thank you. Thank you.
If I get there, I've got to win. You need some, so come on and get some. And then you know where I'm coming from. I may lay in the cut and go along, and I'm still on the case, and my rap is strong. Hey! Go jump on my train when I'm out of sight.
Just got new tires put on my car today.
You did? I did see you leave the office.
I didn't need to. Graham Tire picked up my car this morning and dropped it back off and they were done.
You're kidding. How'd you get that kind of service?
That's just what they do at Graham Tire.
Schedule your service online on the Pickup and Delivery tab at GrahamTireLincoln.com. That's GrahamTireLincoln.com. Let us do the running. Some limitations apply. See store for details.
Have you been looking for home technology upgrades but don't know where to turn? Online information can be contradicting and confusing. Lincoln's own experts at Dio Technologies can turn your living room into the place to watch your favorite sports. Whatever your vision is, Dio Tech is ready to make it a reality. From home theaters to outdoor entertainment spaces, they bring you along through the entire process to make sure you get exactly what you want. If you're ready to upgrade your entertainment space, visit Dio Tech online at diotech.net or give them a call at 402-793-5124.
Rick Heyman here from Sauter Heyman Jewelers. I want to personally thank our great customers for voting us once again the best of Lincoln. At the same time, we're celebrating our 120th year in business in the great state of Nebraska. You can count on Sauter Heyman for the very best quality, value, and customer service. When it comes to your jewelry needs, visit us at South Point, Grand Island, and the outlet in downtown Lincoln. Visit us today at SauterHeyman.com and thank you for your continued trust after all these years.
Hi, Sean Callahan here for Koppel Chevrolet GMC, and wow, what a year it was at Koppel. The Koppel family would like to say thank you for a record-setting sales year in 2025. Now let's start 2026 off with a bang. New GMC Sierra pickups starting at $12,500 off list or 0% APR. Also hot off the presses, new Terrain leases at $299 per month. That's right, $299 per month on new GMC Terrain leases. So please stop on in the store or online at koppelcars.com. Stock numbers G138852 and G165184. 2,500 down with approved credit.
If you're seeking a career with a growing company, Gaina Trucking and Excavating is hiring and looking for additions to their team. Gaina Trucking has a strong team culture, competitive pay, 401ks, and benefits like health, dental, and vision. Drivers are guaranteed 40 hours per week, even in the winter months, and are home every night. Start your career today at Gaina Trucking and Excavating. Apply today at GainaTrucking.com.
Are you looking for an exciting new way to put your skills to work? Explore new career options in the fintech industry at Currency, a Sandhills global company. We offer full-time positions in financial sales, compliance, operations, and other fields. We also offer a 4.5-day work week, an attractive benefits package, and opportunities for advancement. Put your motivation to work and grow with us at Currency. Visit gocurrency.com/careers to learn more.
Stop asking your friends if they're hosting a party this Sunday and come join the real party instead. Join 93.7 The Ticket for the Super Bowl at Buffalo Wings and Rings at 68th and O this Sunday and walk away with great prizes just for showing up. Why worry about making a great spread of food for the game at your house when you can enjoy all the great wings and more at Buffalo Wings and Rings? It's the Super Bowl party with 93.7 The Ticket at Buffalo Wings and Rings this Sunday at 68th and O.
Big box stores are tempting for buying equipment for your high schooler in sports or for yourself in your sports leisures. But buying new is awfully expensive. Why not go somewhere with new and used options? Play It Again Sports has quality, slightly to gently used equipment, and 50% of their inventory is actually new equipment. And it's more than baseball, softball, and golf. They also have equipment for disc golf, fitness, hockey, and more. Plus, they're always buying products. Bring your gear you're done with and get trade money on the spot. Play It Again Sports at